guys, it is Lorian, and today is the day after #AYearAthon, as well as the day of the library sale, which means wrap-up and book haul. It is just after midnight, so I'm not going to do the haul yet. I'm just going to do my wrap-up. So I will link down in the doobly-doo my #AYearAthon TBR, where I list all my goals. I'm just gonna quickly go through it. I didn't get through everything, but I also read some extra things, so. I started out by reading Beastly by Flinn. I actually didn't have anything else that was in my TBR because I forgot to borrow them from LA Knight. I do own Beastly, so I was able to just pick that up and read it. And I read all 304 pages in the first day, as well as the first 111 pages of Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This was the group read for this month. The past few I haven't been interested in at all, but this has been on my TBR for a little while. Raven's been trying to get me to read this for some time, and I finally picked it up. It is really good, but it's not like my favorite, but the ending's really good. Plus, it's Sailor Moon with a cyborg. Dystopian with Cinderella thrown in. So I read that for a total of 415 pages on day 1. I read another 111 pages on day 2, bringing my week total up to 526, but my goal was 387 because I was hoping to just read this, but I was already ahead. Technically, yes and no, I was supposed to have finished this by day 2, but that didn't happen. Day 3, the goal was to read Scarlet for 452 pages. I read the last 190 pages of Cinder, but the abuse that she goes through, a lot of my friends, most of my friends were abused, so I have PTSD, so I flashed back a lot. I was having trouble reading it. It made me really uncomfortable, so I decided to pick up the Cirque du Freak manga by Darren Shan. These are volumes 4 and 5. I thought I had read up to these volumes and just hadn't read these two. Turns out I was wrong. So I reread volume 1 and volume 2 for a total of 384 pages, plus the first 54 pages of volume 3, all by Darren Shan and Takahiro Arai, bringing my page total for the day up to 590, way overshooting 452, bringing my week total up to 1,154. Manga brought it up really high. On day 4, I was to read the 550 pages of Cress. Didn't get to that. Instead, I read the bonus material in Cinder, because there's the paperbacks, as these stickers say, have bonus content. And so I read that, and then I read volume 3, the last of volume 3 from Cirque du Freak, volume 4, which is Vampire Mountain, volume 5, Trials of Death, and then only 52 pages of Scarlet. It works. But it brought my page total of the day up to 662, bringing my week total up to 1,816. Oh my goodness. Day 5, I read 320 more pages of Scarlet, undershooting my 411 page goal for the day, bringing my weekly total up to 2,136. Day 6, as I've mentioned in all my previous wrap-ups, day 6 is Saturdays, and Saturdays I have a job in the morning, and then I'm with my friends the rest of the day, and we work and read and watch stuff, and it's kind of a mixture of hanging out for pleasure and also a lot of hard work. So I don't expect to get much reading done. I read the last 80 pages of Scarlet just after midnight before I went to bed the night before. And then day 7, instead of moving on to Cress or reading the bonus content in Scarlet like I did with Cinder, I decided to pick up Daughter of the Forest by Juliet Marillier, and I read only 42 pages, which is kind of pathetic, but I was watching things and my room was disgusting and filled with junk, and I couldn't walk very well, so I cleaned it instead of reading it, and I had to go to church and stuff, and my church is long. So my week goal was all of these books for a total of 2,104 pages, but while I didn't read Cress, and I didn't complete this book, I read a crap ton of manga, bringing my total of pages of 2,258. That's a lot. That's better than anything I've read. Quick rundown of books that I didn't talk about. I talked about Cinder a little bit, but Beastly really started things off moving very quickly. It was a really fast read. I didn't really particularly love it. I liked it enough that I could get through it pretty easily. I probably wouldn't have, and would have had a lot of problems if I hadn't watched the movie first. This goes a 3-star. Cinder is a 4-star. The ending was really good. The Sailor Moon thing really won me over, but there was a lot of problems with it. So it managed to bump it up to a 4-star. Barely. Scarlet, however, is like a 93-95%, so it is a 5 out of 5 stars. Phenomenal. I didn't get to read Crest, Daughter of the Forest. This is a reread. This is a 5 out of 5 stars. I love this story. I read it when I was like 12. It came out in 2002. This is the original copy that I had, and I've read it a bazillion times. I love it. And then for the manga, Volume 1 of Cirque du Freak was a 4-star. Volume 2 was a 5-star. Volume 3 was a 5-star. Volume 4 was a 4-star. I just couldn't get over. I'm sorry. This is kind of a spoiler. It kind of seems out there, but I just couldn't get over that the only way that these ancient vampires who are hundreds of years old, and they're smartest, they're the strongest, they're the most badass, so they're the princes, and they're so dumb, the only thing that they could do is, hey, let's make an 18-year-old vampire who has the body of a 13-year-old go out there and do something that kills most vampires who do it through these trials. We're that stupid that we can't come up with another plan. That was just, it bumped it down to like a 4-star. It's like Cinder. It barely deserves it. But 5 managed to bump itself up to a 4-star, barely. But this one, it managed to be a 5 out of 5 stars, barely. Yeah, stay tuned. You'll get to see my haul. It's gonna be hopefully not super big, because this is all the space I have. That's it. That's all there is. I'm screwing myself over. On to the next clip. Hey guys, I just wanted to do a really quick mini haul. I'm not wearing any makeup. I am breaking out really bad. I've been having a really stressful week. My grandmother, she has diabetes, and her blood sugar used to be quite high, and it's been really low. So I've been going up and down from Phoenix and stuff and being with my grandmother, but I just wanted to quickly show you because I got something in the mail, and I have a new book. Let's do the unboxing. How do I open this? Oh, here's the pull tab. Let's see. This is always like, can the pull tab work? Will it work? Will it fail? We'll see. Didn't even go all the way to the bottom, and it did break. I got Michelle Phan's Make Up, Your Life Guide to Beauty Styles and Success Online and Off. I am glad to have it. I was excited when I found out about this, and I'm excited to read through it. And then the other book that I got was The Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan. As you can tell, I already read it. I have to do a book review soon. I enjoyed it. 5 out of 5 stars. It's amazing. And this has a nice cover, and this is really pretty. And another nice thing, this is the Walmart edition that came with a poster. I gotta rip this poster out. Ta-da! Okay, so I went shopping for a lot, and I got a lot. I actually went to the library, and then I went to Bookman's and got some things. Let's just get right in. I didn't get as much as I wanted at the library sale. First of all, I got this bag because Megan forgot hers. So I bought her a bag, and, well, I bought a bag for her to use, but now I have 2. So I can just do 2 bags at once and leave. I didn't get as much as I wanted, and I didn't get a lot that I wanted at the library sale. It wasn't very good. But I did get Guardians of Kahul #9, the first Collier by Catherine Lasky. It's the first of the Legends books. It's really, really well done. I loved this. Some things that I didn't expect to get, but ended up getting because I literally didn't even fill a second bag. and that was the Star Wars, The Clone Wars, The Enemy Within, and The Sith Hunters, both of which are graphic novels. They're not in the greatest shape. I never planned to get them, but they were there. They're Star Wars, why not? I got Fablehaven by Brandon Wool. I did start to read this, but had to turn it into the library. It's not a very fast read, but Megan really wants me to read this. Might as well. It's like 50 cents. I got Tamora Pierce Bloodhound, book 2 of the Becca Cooper trilogy. I have a review for this. I will link it down in the doobly-doo, and I wanted to own it. I'm just missing volume 1. I need to reread volume 1 so I remember it better before I move on to Mastiff, which I also have. I got Star Wars Lost Tribe of the Sith, The Collected Stories by John Jackson Miller. Might as well get this. My friend Carl, Raven's husband, has this. He got this at a previous sale, and why not? Star Wars. I think I've only read one Star Wars book I didn't enjoy. Then I got Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. It's a Jane Austen novel. I want to get all of these and eventually read them. I do have Sense and Sensibility purchased at the same place. I got The Selection by Kira Cass. This is a book that's on my TBR, like Fablehaven and Northanger Abbey and several others. I haven't read it, so I have no opinions. It's not in the greatest shape. The cover isn't, but the book itself is. And then I did something that I thought I would eventually start doing, and it turns out I am. I got another copy of The Two Towers and The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. I eventually want to get as many different covers of this series as possible because I'm crazy, and that's what I do. And these are in great shape. Definitely moving on to books that I have not read is Tiger's Quest and Tiger's Destiny, the second and fourth book in the Tiger's Curse series by Colleen Hulk? I don't know how to say her name. I started Tiger's Curse, didn't finish it. Not because it's bad, it just really reminded me of another book, which just bugged me, and I need to read it. I probably will enjoy it. Raven's almost 100% positive I will. I just need to do it. And I also got The Magical Worlds of Harry Potter, A Treasury of Myths, Legends, and Fascinating Facts by David Colbert. This is mostly a cover by, and the fact it says Harry Potter on it. We have something similar to this with J.R.R. Tolkien for The Lord of the Rings. It's called The Tolkien Companion. This is kind of along those same lines, so why not? I just don't want to give up Harry Potter. Another book on my TBR, eventually will read, got it for like 50 cents, is The Courtship of Princess Leia by Dave Wolverton. I heard this was really good I'll link down in the doobly-doo if I can find it. I may not be able to, so it may not be there. But on Star Wars, on their YouTube page, they were talking about how they were redoing the AU since Disney took over, and several of the people that they said were coming out with AU novels that are canon, this was the reason they wanted to write Star Wars books, was this book. I also got A Memory of Light, the 14th and final volume in the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson. So there are 3 books by Brandon Sanderson and Robert Jordan, not 2. I was only missing this one and 2 others. I haven't read past volume 1. I've read the prequel and volume 1. Volume 2 is terrible, but I hear it just gets better, and that Brandon Sanderson, did a great job, because after Knife of Dreams, Robert Jordan passed away, and there were 3 more novels worth, and they're all ginormous. One of the few books I actually have read and enjoyed and have wanted to buy is Enchantress from the Stars by Sylvia Lewis Enghall, and this has drawings in it by Rodney Shackle. But I enjoyed this book when I read it. This is a young adult, maybe it is adult, I don't know. I think it was young adult sci-fi that follows the story of this girl who is part of this intergalactic society trying to keep planets from destroying one another. You know, some interplanetary ambassadors from the United Nations, except they go to worlds that aren't even part of this galactic because they aren't set up. So she travels to this world that is a middle-aged society that is being invaded by a more advanced society along the same lines as Cinder. They're just starting to go out and they think they can do whatever they want. They're supposed to stop it without revealing who they are. The male lead is from the middle-aged society and thinks she's an enchantress from the stars instead of someone who's just more technologically advanced. Although she does have some small powers, but it turns out everyone has them. You just have to know the science behind it. I also got Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This is a really nice mostly nice. There's some gunk there. But it's a really nice copy of Outlander. This was a book, it's falling, and the spine's cracking. Okay. It looks nice, but it isn't. someone beat it up. But this book is really popular right now. I originally didn't want to read this because when Raven was telling me about it, she was talking about the scene that I am going to have the most issues with in this, and then she moved on to another book in the same conversation that I really don't want to read, and I got them mixed up. She started to actually explain the book in detail more to me, and I've decided I would like to read it. 50 cents. It is falling apart, but I have my book binding glue. And then, last of all the books, I got the complete Sherlock Holmes Treasury by Arthur Conan Doyle. This is not a very nice copy. I know there are nicer copies out there. This cover bugs me. This will look better like this, but even so, it's not very good. I did want to own this and eventually read it. I'll probably be bouncing between this Shakespeare and just bounce between the two of them to get through it. I've heard it's quite good. I did want a copy of this one day. I will replace this with a really nice copy like the Barnes & Noble's editions. Those are all the books that I got. I got a bunch of movies on VHS, and I have no room for them. But I am going to start pulling, my stereo is basically dead. I can't play any CDs, it won't play first track, it's just so annoying. So I'm just gonna rip it out and toss it because it just doesn't work really well. And that will leave some space, and I can also put some things on top of my dresser that like my VHSs maybe. I'll have them like stacked on my dresser or something. I don't know, I'll figure something out. I'll make a move. First of all, I got this album. It's Hannah Montana 3. I know, really, really lame, but I actually always liked the music from Hannah Montana. There's only one on here that I wanted, but again, it was like 50 cents. It's If We Were a Movie. I like that song, so I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I don't even know what state the disc is in. Oh, it has the booklet. The disc is kind of beat up, but it's not terrible. Then I got Madeline and the 40 Thieves. I only grabbed this for nostalgic reasons. I loved the TV show, so I had to grab it for nostalgic reasons. I don't expect to get more. I got The Great Mouth Detective, Oliver and Company, Pinocchio, still in its plastic, so brand new. This really big copy of Shrek. I don't know why they made it so huge, but the only other one of Shrek was the same size. Yeesh. Fantasia, The Jungle Book, live action, Princess Diaries 2, Matilda, why not, The Muppet Christmas Carol, hilarity, My Neighbor Totoro by Hayao Miyazaki. I'm not a huge fan of this, but it was 50 cents and it's Miyazaki. And Aladdin and the King of Thieves. That's everything I got at the library sale. It is still pretty big. You may be like, I don't know why you were complaining, but if you recall, my past few times, I've had like 3 boxes worth, and I don't. I have to find room for all this stuff. So I was feeling kind of down and bummed about how I had to grab all these things that I really didn't really want. So I went to Bookman's and got a bunch of things that I did want and that were on my list and that I really will enjoy, that I've already read. This whole bunch of that I haven't read. There's only 3 things that I've read before out of all those books, which really bugs me. I may end up giving some back. I don't know. I'll see. First, I got Circle of Magic #4, Briar's book, and The Circle Opens #2, Street Magic, both by Tamora Pierce. I've read almost everything she's written. I need to get it all. I don't have very much compared to what I've read. I read Guardians of Ga'Hoole Book 1, The Capture. Oh, this is by Catherine Lasky. Again, I have read up to book like 11 in this series, and I own none of it. One of the only things I got that I hadn't read, The Fall of Arthur by J.R. Tolkien, edited by Christopher Tolkien. This is brand new. This came out like last year or the year before that. I have not read it. I haven't read almost anything beyond what I own by J.R. Tolkien, but I really wanted to add this to my Tolkien collection. Then I got this nice giant copy of Queen of the Darkness by Anne Bishop to replace this little one. I said before, as long as it's this cover, I don't mind, but I want all of them in hardback or paperback large editions. And the paperback, Raven is the one who noticed, have these jewel things around the edges. Even the hardbacks don't. Maybe I'll eventually do it, but unlike her, I'm not that picky. I just want them large, if only because they're smaller than these. And then I got Shonen Jump's 2009 numbers 10 and 11. Getting my mangas through Shonen Jump mostly, as well as trying to get them in manga form. Alright, that is everything that I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to see more. I don't expect to do another haul this month, but I do one every month, and there is another library sale on the 10th. I will be going and probably to Bookman's after if it's the pickings are as slim as it was this time. Alright, good luck with your reading. I'm going to drink some things because my throat hurts from singing along to Taylor Swift in the car. Good luck with your reading, and bye! So it's actually just after midnight, so I'm gonna do the haul.
After the high, say it starts at 8 or 9,
Whatever. And I buried my notebooks. Ugh. But I did grab the first 111 pages of Cinder by Melissa Marr. That's wrong. I'm not wearing lipstick.
whatever, you have to deal with it.
120. I read more than that. No, I'm not on day 5. I'm day 4. Hey guys. I always do that. It's not the beginning of the video. This is a book that's on, it's like, revised editions. It says revised editions. I wonder if it's shortened. Oh well. I didn't know there were pictures in here. I don't see any pictures in here. Whatever. Whoa, this is old. It's so old, it has one of these in there. My library doesn't do those anymore. They haven't since I was a little kid. I can't talk about this. The boy, oh, it was a Christmas gift to someone. Huh. The note on the inside. Sherlock Holmes during like a readathon or something, and I'll just pick this and Sherlock Holmes. My neighbor, as I knock everything over, it's spill carpet. Then I got this nice giant copy of Queen, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Why do I do that? That's not what I'm supposed to do.